Yeah, I have been practicing studio arts now for, say, the last 25 years or so. Graduated from MU with a BFA back in 2002. I've been in Kansas City since then. I moved here because I knew of the art community. Just fell in love with it immediately when I come to visit with some friends while we were in Columbia. And yeah, I've been here ever since. It's a great city, great art community. I'd say over the years, I've spent an equal amount of time with painting and drawing, printmaking. Back in the day, some sculpting, and the subject matter always seems to kind of vary, but it all tends to have somewhat of a similar sort of macabre, bizarre world sort of feel to it. A big fan of horror movies and sci-fi, and that typically comes out in what I create. Sometimes it's a little bit more subtle, some things relating to socio-political commentary, or perhaps even more, perhaps more benign, mundane sort of things like still lifes and abstract creations. Well, I received this book as it's a book on some fashions from the 1920s. One friend gave this book to another friend because he was looking for inspiration for clothing designs and outfits for his drag performances. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, I totally want to paint on these. And so he gave me this book as a gift after he scanned it and got all the references from it. And ever since then, I picked up about another 12 or 13 books from different eras, different cultures. And I've just been, kind of tinkering away at that for a while. With these pieces in particular, and this book on the 20s, I am referencing what is already on the page and manipulating that imagery and those visual cues to create somewhat of a seamless figure in these costumes, these fashions, and in a way trying to make somewhat of a puzzle for myself, trying to figure out how I fit these different elements into what already exists. So it becomes somewhat of a challenge trying to figure out what's going to work. Pretty much just start painting shapes and patterns and textures until it works, I guess. The best way I can explain it. It's all pretty ambiguous, really. But at the same time, I'm trying to create some sort of a narrative that didn't exist before. It was just a paper doll book, wanting to create these characters as if they're supposed to be in these outfits and have it make some sort of sense, I guess. There's a very limited amount of area that I can work with. I'm not trying to cover up the entire background. I really am trying to kind of create this puzzle for myself in terms of how I figure out how to make it work. And in these cases where there's two characters, sometimes there's one, sometimes there's 5 on these pages. So that challenge will, continue to make me think a little bit harder about how I compose these characters. And just improvising as I go along, really. And I'm not, I'm not sketching anything out. I'm pretty much just laying down paint and just kind of a one-off, sort of one-shot type of process. So there's that challenge as well, I'd say, you know.